One day, a professor walked into his classroom carrying an empty glass jar. Without saying a word, he placed the jar on the table. First, he took some big rocks and filled the jar to the top. Then he turned to the students and asked, "Is the jar full?" The students looked carefully and replied, "Yes, sir. It is full." The professor smiled. Next, he took a box of small pebbles and poured them into the jar. The pebbles slipped into the spaces between the big rocks. Again, he asked, "Is the jar full now?" The students hesitated, then said, "Maybe, yes." Then the professor picked up a box of sand and slowly poured it in. The sand filled even the smallest empty spaces. Once more, he asked, "Is the jar full?" The students laughed and said, "No, sir." Finally, the professor took a cup of water and poured it into the jar until it could hold no more. He looked at the class and asked, "What lesson do you learn from this?" One student replied, "No matter how full your schedule is, you can always add more work." The professor gently shook his head and said, "That is not the lesson." He explained, "The big rocks are the most important things in life: your studies, health, family, values, and dreams. The pebbles are things like hobbies, friends, and daily tasks. The sand is small distractions and unimportant activities. The water is time wasted on things that do not matter. If you do not put the big rocks in first, you will never have space for them later." The classroom became silent. The students understood that life is not about doing everything, but about doing the right things first. Moral of the story: always give priority to what truly matters in life. Follow for more English stories. Pencil. Daily learning, daily motivation.